Hey y'all. I wanted to talk about something that just happened an hour ago, and it has to do with my grandmother. And a little bit about my grandmother. My grandmother is very old school, right? She is one of those people where she wasn't raised by the best. She did with what she had. So we didn't, grow up the best, per se. And we started talking because I was talking about, my great grandmother, as to like I felt a presence, or I kind of felt her a little bit in one of my dreams. And so I asked her to give me a little bit more clearly as to what she was like. How did she pass away? And she confirmed some of the things that I had suspicions of, but that's not what I'm here to talk about, because that's my spiritual journey. But what I do want to say is we started talking about breaking generational curses. And my grandmother, when she was talking, she apologized, and she said, I said something to you when last time I saw you about, not seeing my grandkid or grandkids again. And she said, I want you to forgive me. And she's like, that wasn't right of me. I want you to forgive me. And that's probably why I haven't seen him in so long, because I said what I said. And I had to take that moment in, y'all, because it hit me. Because I don't think people realize how hurtful, sorry, I'm trying not to get emotional as I say this, how hurtful things are of what they say until years down the road. Because I haven't talking to my grandmother in almost 2 years, and she's finally coming around. And she's like, I'm the reason why I can't see them. I'm the reason why I did this to the relationship of me seeing my grandkids. And she's like, I want you to forgive me. And I had to sit in that, y'all. I had to sit in that, because it was her realizing, or her taking accountability as to the part that she played when it came to my kids' lives, and how what she stated and what she did, how that hurt me, of not being able to have my babies be able to meet their great grandmother. This would be their great grandmother. That's a privilege, y'all, to be able to meet your great grandmother. That's the opportunity that my boys got ripped of because of the things that she said. That hurt. And so I forgave her. I took it in, but then I told her this: give yourself grace. You did the best that you could with what you was given, because no one was a true role model for you when you were a child. So how did you know to be a true role model for us when we were growing up? And it was like a light bulb that went off with her, and she's like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. And I have to say, Mom, I forgive you, because we don't call her grandma, we call her Mom. That's her thing. She don't like being called grandma, we call her Mom. And she's like, yeah, you're right. And I said, Mom, you have to give yourself grace. I said, because you did the best that you could, and I don't think that with the things that you said in our childhood, you thought that you were saying them, so we wouldn't turn out this way, or we wouldn't turn out that way when we were kids, the negativity that you said, and I won't go into that, but I said, but you have to remember, you were talking to a child when you said those things, not an adult. You were talking to a child. And then she would say, well, I said that so you wouldn't be that way. I only said that so you wouldn't come out that way. And so you see the manipulation in that? Because if I did come out to the way that you said it, then it's, oh, I was right. But because I didn't come out that way, now it's, well, I said it because I didn't want you to be that. There is no win-win in that situation at all. That's manipulation. And it hurt my heart to tell my grandmother, this lady is 76 years old, and she has the almost up respect. But I had to let her know, Mom, that's manipulation. That's what that was. And I told her a couple of other instances of the things that she stated. That's considered manipulation. But you didn't know any better because that's what you felt, that what you had to say in that moment because of what you thought the outcome was going to be. And she admitted it. She said, I should have gave y'all lots more hugs and kisses. And I said, I know. But the curse stops here. I said, Mama, we used to get our butt beat all the time. And and that's me putting it lightly, y'all. Me and my brothers, we got, you better be careful what you were saying because she was throwing something against you and you didn't even see it coming. Like that's the household I was in, y'all. And you know what she said? Oh, I didn't whoop y'all that much. I said, the fact that you just acknowledged that you did it and you didn't think that you was doing it that much shows the issue here. Because we remember it completely different. We do. As kids, we remember it completely different. And she had to sit in that. She didn't want to accept it, and but she had to hear it. Because we remember it completely different. And I told her, I said, your mama did what she did to you. She whooped you, in the best light putting it, because we are on social media. She whooped you until you bled. At least those are the stories that you told us. And I said, Mama, we used to go to school with whelps. And you know what she said? I don't remember that. I said, I do. You know how hard it was to sit down? She's like, well, I said, Mama, I remember you coming into my room and giving me with an extension cord just because I didn't put away the dishes. The dishes, y'all. And this is not, a TikTok me bashing her, because this is not that. These are the cycles I want to show you that has happened in African American households or in any households. And I said, you used to get us all the time. And I said, I refuse to do that to my son. I said, there were times when he was younger, I could feel the anger inside me, where I wanted to snatch his little butt up because he did something he wasn't supposed to do. And then I stopped myself because it was a reflection of the things that I went through as a kid. We're breaking those cycles. They stop here. Because my son will be loved, overly loved. I'm not saying I'm going to spoil him until he becomes rotten and gets older and he ain't going to do nothing with his life. No, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm showing my son the love that he needs. Because his acting out is a show of that he just needs a little bit more attention. And that's okay. We're done with the I'm going to beat your butt and you know what this and that. No, because that's what our parents did to us. Now, I'm not saying some of these kids deserve it. Because Lord knows some of these kids do. But that has to stop, y'all. Because we're hurting our babies. We're repeating the cycle. If you keep doing that to your kids, what you think they're going to do to their kids when they get older? The same thing. And it just keeps going. We got to find a different way. Because this ain't right. And my grandmother had to sit in that, y'all. I had to sit in that. Because it was a childhood wound that I had to break as an adult. And she didn't even know the impact that it caused on my adult life. So with that being said, y'all, be careful how you treat your kids. Be careful how you treat your kids, because that stays with them. We have to do better. We have to break that cycle. Break it. Until next time, y'all, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.